Pass exclusive Mardi Gras style.
Woo!
Yeah. So unfortunately, the Dining Pass doesn't have anything solely on it for Mardi Gras Festival. However, you can get a discounted sampler card, and we'll kind of explain how this works right now. So when you buy the sampler option, they give you this card, and you get 5 samples, and you walk around the different stands and restaurants out in the park and pick what you want, and they mark it off. And like I said, you get 5, so we're gonna go try 5 things and we'll let you know how it tastes. So what we're gonna do is we'll get our 5 items, we'll show you those 5 items, and then we're gonna eat them. And then once we're done with all 5 items, we'll kind of give you guys a throwdown of how we felt about it. So the first thing we're gonna try out is gumbo. So basically what you get is a scoop of gumbo and then a piece of cornbread, which Richard has already dipped way into that gumbo. For option number 2, we went with the jambalaya bites. Basically, they are fried jambalaya discs, I guess you could call them, and they also came with a side of Cajun fries. For option number 3, I got the popcorn crawfish, and Richard got the popcorn shrimp, and we split them. That way we didn't waste one whole punch on each getting the same thing, and they also came with Cajun fries as well. For my option number 4, I'm actually going to go with the beignet. Basically, it is a fried bread concoction with powdered sugar on top. Richard opted to go with the king cake for his 4th option, and that is basically a croissant with frosting and sprinkles on top, and it comes with a baby and even more beads. For my 5th and final option, I went with the king cake, and also complimentary baby. So today I got the lime hurricane. Comes with a cherry and a lemon slice, and basically what it is Southern Comfort liquor with the lime mix. If you get the sampler and you get the stamp card, this is actually discounted by $3. So instead of $10, you're paying $7 for your adult beverage. And this looks a lot better than the one I got last time, so we'll try it out. Another thing is you want to make sure that when you buy the sampler, you tell them right off the bat if you want to buy liquor or not, because there are actually 2 different stamp cards, one with the liquor and one without, and that saves you a lot of trouble later on.
So first off, we got the gumbo. It's being a kind of New Orleans raised guy, it was a different gumbo than I'm used to, but it was actually really, really delicious. The cornbread with it was really sweet and tasted really good, and the roux they had for the gumbo. After that, I got the popcorn shrimp,
yes,
which was a little on the heavily breaded side, so hit or miss with me. Then next up was the jambalaya bites, which as far as the entrees go, was really the star. Had nice light crisp on it, the jambalaya inside the bites was nice, had a really good kick to the spice. And then for dessert, I had both desserts. Had the fried king cake, which is basically a glazed croissant with a little bit of frosting and some sprinkles and a little green baby. They were all very delicious. And then I had the beignet, standard beignet with some powdered sugar, also very, very good. And then to top it off, I had a little Big Easy, or yeah, had a Big Easy. That is going to be your SoCo liquor, some peach liqueur, and Coke. And it was actually pretty darn tasty.
Alright guys, I'm going to talk about how I felt about the sampler. So first I got the gumbo, just like Richard did. Yeah, that didn't really seem like gumbo, but it was good. So not really what I consider gumbo, but it was tasty, so there's that, I guess. The cornbread, like Richard said, was kind of the nice touch to that meal. It was really good, really sweet, and had a really good substance to it. So for my second option, I got the jambalaya bites. That was kind of the winner in this whole sampler thing. It was very fresh. The meat inside was fresh. I will say this, it came with a few fries, and I wasn't a huge fan of the fries. They were kind of chewy, kind of tasted a little old, but at least the jambalaya bites were good. That kind of helped. So for my third option, I got the popcorn crawfish, which was different from Richard's popcorn shrimp. it was definitely better than the shrimp. The shrimp was a little overcooked and heavily breaded. The crawfish wasn't amazing, but it wasn't awful. It didn't have a lot of taste, but there was actual crawfish in there. It was a little chewy, I will say that. It was a little chewy. However, crawfish is a really hard thing to do, so they're being very brave by serving that at the park. For my fourth option, I got the beignet. I wanted the jambalaya. Unfortunately, they were sold out of the jambalaya, which, keep that in mind because it's not super late into the day. It's only 4:30 to 5. So it's not even really dinner time yet and they're out of jambalaya. So if you want the jambalaya, think about that. Now on to the beignet. The beignet was really good. It was very fresh, had a nice sweet taste to it. The inside was really good. So if you're looking to get dessert, beignet is definitely a way to go. Finally, I got another dessert for option 5. I got the king cake. The king cake was, I don't know. Richard said his was really good. Mine wasn't very fresh. It was kind of hard. The topping with the frosting and the sprinkles was fun. It tasted good. I think maybe if I had a newer one, it would be really good. But unfortunately, it just didn't do it for me. I would definitely take the beignet over the king cake any day. As you guys saw, I also spent the $7 on the liquor, and I got the Lime Hurricane. It was really good. You can't really taste the alcohol. I think that they're putting a very small amount of liquor into the drink, which is probably a good idea since we're at a theme park and there's lots of rides and it's a family environment. I can say this, the drink that I got was really good. It tasted really nice. It comes with a cool souvenir cup, and it just goes along great with the event. All right, so we just got done with the sampler. We kind of told you how we felt about each helping of sample that we got. So Richard, what is your final consensus on that?
So my final thoughts on the sampler is that it's definitely a worthwhile purchase, especially if you do have the dining pass. One caveat to that is I would get the sampler just so you can try out everything. I mean, it is, you know, a limited time event, so you're gonna want to try everything. But if you go to the park an additional day after you get the sampler, definitely just find the item that you like the most and just stick with that one. Because what we didn't tell you earlier is that with the sampler, you do get a smaller portion than what you get if you were to actually purchase the entire entree.
Yeah, so it's kind of a novelty thing. You get to buy a card and you get to kind of eat as you please. So if you want to eat something at one part of the day, you can do that, and then you can go back to the booths, get something later. They just punch your card. There's something fun with that and free with that. And kind of like what Richard said, if you find something that you really enjoyed and you want to come back at a later date, or you get hungry later on, then you've already sampled it and you can say, hey, I want to buy the full helping of that and kind of get the full meal of it. So I would also recommend it. I think it's really fun. It's also a limited time thing. You're not going to get this food again. And you know, Six Flags is really trying something new and something cool, so it's fun to participate in it. That's going to do it with this Dining Pass exclusive. Make sure you guys get out to the park before Mardi Gras Festival is over. That's on April 30th. So thanks for watching, guys.